up until Wednesday afternoon, when unregistered SIM cards were yet to experience the punitive actions placed on them, SIM card registration centers were hardly busy as networks of unregistered SIM cards were barely interrupted. The situation has, however, seen a different turn on Thursday, 8th September, as Citi News checks at some registration centers in the Ashanti region show that many unregistered SIM card holders have visited various centers to get their SIM cards registered as the sanctions are being experienced by many. Mobile network operators began imposing some punitive actions on unregistered SIM cards following a communication from the National Communications Authority to compel persons who have still not registered their SIM cards to do so. The sanctions, which include barring unregistered SIM cards from making calls for some time and also blocking the SIM cards for a period, appears to, however, affect some successfully registered SIM cards. Many affected persons have massed up at various offices of their mobile network operators in Kumasi to demand answers. Some of them have been speaking to Citi News.
I tried making calls with my MTN number this morning. Any call I make, it just cuts instantly. Then I read Benefit and I saw outgoing calls bad. And I thought my case have tempered with my set. So I complained, I called my wife, say maybe the case. So I went to the settings, I did everything that I have to do, but it didn't work. So I decided I'll give it to a colleague of mine who is good in phones at my office. On my way going, I met another colleague of mine, and he told me he's been calling this morning, it's not going. I said, I've experienced the same thing. So I went to the one who is to fix it for me. When he said, okay, have you checked, have you registered with your MTN number? I said, yes, I've done my registration quite long ago. And my colleague also said he has done his the same way. So we decided, he told us that definitely it might be blocked from there because of the registration issue we're talking about. So we came to their point where they are doing the registration and found that a lot of people are complaining about the same thing we were complaining about. So seriously, we are making calls, it's not going. We've done our registration. The numbers they've given us to check, you check the number, say you have really linked your phone with your number, network with your Ghana card and stuff. But every call we make is not going through.
Anytime I try making the call, bad me. I didn't know it was a problem from the MTN office. So I met a colleague of mine and he was having a similar problem. So we decided to go to the MTN office just on campus to find out. But they told us we didn't register our SIM, and that is why we are experiencing that problem. Meanwhile, we did it I did mine just 2 weeks into the time they gave us to register, right from the first time. It was only then that they told me I should have dialed *400 to check if it is successfully done. Meanwhile, I have never heard of this 400 issue. So this has created a whole lot of problems here. And I think it is better for the MTN to wake up and do the needful before anything else happens. Because it's not good for us to register over all this period. You've been sending us message to go and do our registration. And at the tail end of the message you tell us to ignore the same message you sent us if we have fully done the registration. So I know for sure I have done mine. So that message doesn't belong to me. Only for me to come, for them to tell me that I have not done the registration. So they have to do something about it.
My muchum go for babonsi say mum register. If you register dey come my bibia house number just bibia munye bia de boy. If you ndra akọ we call and we banso and to papa dey be si hanom ma police bebre abebe nyame adom to kwano so ati. If dem se network no if lisanana do ho se den e waje. And I'm a grandma, me go so sent na do me kwa kwato o mu ofie. Senka me ni kodi nkomo no agya mu kakra. Na mo so mo san twa mu kra 6 months. Na chip na ye toye no fa so be na wo so. Na me de ham na me ntia se ni se ade no ya register but who ko yi sika na so nkuta ID card kura wa adanfo to me the ID card man emu osan utumi the use sika wa kakra na be de na kro no eso ate
also wa register your biometric mean
ya ye bibi o ma twetwa your pictures ye nsem ni ade nyina